Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 11, entitled as Vishwarupa Dharshana Yoga. Sloka 5. śrī-bhagavān uvāca paśya me pārtha rūpāṇi śataśo sahasraśaḥ nānā-vidhāni divyāni nānā-varṇākṛtīni ca. In the first sloka, Arjuna said his illusions are gone by hearing the words emanated from Krishna's lotus mouth. In the second sloka, he showed his gratitude for what he has received from Krishna. In the third sloka, he expressed his desire to see the cosmic form. And in the fourth sloka, he placed his request, requesting Krishna to show his cosmic form. Sri Krishna, who was pleased by Arjuna's humility, his mood, was ready to show his cosmic form. Before he showed his cosmic form, he spoke few words, starting from this fifth sloka. Let's see the word by word and the meaning. śrī-bhagavān uvāca. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Pārtha, O son of Pṛthā, you are my aunt's son. nānā-vidhāni, variegated with different kinds of dresses, ornaments, weapons, etc. nānā-varṇākṛtīni, different colors, different shapes, etc. divyāni, divine, that is supernatural. Me rūpāṇi, my forms. śataśo, in hundreds. Atha sahasraśaḥ, and in thousands. paśya, just see. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, O son of Pṛthā, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of very divine and multicolored forms." Though here the term paśya me, see, to see, is being used, is not been revealed yet to Arjuna. Krishna is just preparing Arjuna to see the universal form. Because of Arjuna's interest, Krishna is going to reveal many forms of his. And because Arjuna said not to limit avyayam darshayah in the previous sloka, he has requested not to hold back anything, but to show everything to him. That was Arjuna's request. And without holding back anything, Krishna is going to honor Arjuna's request by showing everything to Arjuna. śataśo sahasraśaḥ. He is going to reveal in hundreds and thousands of forms. Shata means hundreds. Sahasraśaḥ means thousands. So it is just not 1100. It means hundreds and thousands of different forms and different colors and different size, where the Lord is present everywhere, in different times and in different places as well, which is quite unimaginable, something to think beyond our intelligence. Arjuna was fortunate to see it by the grace of the Lord. And more fortunate was Sanjaya, because he was also witnessing the same. But unlike Arjuna, who got a special vision, eyes, to see the form, Sanjaya did not get that from the Lord, but he got the grace of his Guru. Once the divine vision is given to Arjuna, whatever Arjuna experienced is not directly spoken by Arjuna, rather Sanjaya is saying, this is what Arjuna experienced. That means it's quite clear Sanjaya also saw the same form what Arjuna saw. The difference is that Arjuna got the divine vision from the Lord, whereas Sanjaya got the vision by the grace of his Guru, Vyasadeva. The vision that got by the Lord is how to hold it back, whereas the vision received through a Guru is easy to hold. When the Lord said, Arjuna, see me in hundreds and thousands of forms, he did not show the entire creation in him, rather he showed the entire creation as himself. So this is something that we touched during our introduction as well. So that means Arjuna was able to see what is in front of him, behind him, on his sides, above him, below him, in all directions. He was able to see the absolute truth, the Brahman, that universal form. Nānā-vidhāni, nānā-varṇākṛtīni cha. Arjuna could see both animated as well as inanimate. He could see both unmanifested state and also the manifested state. He could see various forms in the manifested state, various colors, various shapes, various size. All these are possible in the manifested state. That is called Srishti stage. It is the Lord who is in the manifested state. And when none of these differences exist, it is in the unmanifested state, where there is no color, no forms, no shapes, nothing exists to differentiate them. That is unmanifested state. During the manifested state, it is Stula Chetana Chetana Brahman, means the Lord in his manifested form with name, form, colors, etc. Like we see a building, we can see a house, we can see pot, we can see cloths. So these are all manifested. In the unmanifested state, we cannot say this is building, this is pot, this is a cloth, because they do not exist in a form. It will not have a name. There is no anything to differentiate them. That is called unmanifested state. But both stages, either manifested or unmanifested, it is all Brahman, which exists. As it is said in the Upanishad, Ekameva Advatiyam. There is only one without a second, and that is the Supreme Absolute Truth. Please refer to chapter 10, Sloka 39, part 2. We discussed this topic on how the Lord is one without a second over there. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, O son of Pṛthā, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine and multicolored forms. Krishna is saying, you will see hundreds and thousands of different forms, different colors in which I manifest. You will see my unmanifested form as well. In the manifested form, you will see innumerable cosmic shells with a solar orb in each, with innumerable realms of suns, each sun within each world. You will see various planetary systems, and you will see my countless divine forms situated inside the innumerable solar realms. So here Arjuna could see various forms of the Lord in their 5 stages called Para, Vyuga, Vibhava, Antaryami and Archa. Para means where the Lord who is situated in Vaikunta in a sitting posture with his consorts. And Vyuga is where the Lord on the lying posture in the milky ocean. And Vibhava means coming down and performing various pastimes for the sake of his devotees to establish dharma and to protect the world. And fourth, Antaryami, where he as the super soul supports each and every living entity by residing within them in their heart. And finally, Archa. Archa is for people who has difficulty to realize the above mentioned 4 forms: Para, Vyuga, Vibhava, Antaryami. Therefore, the Lord appears as Archa in a deity form, so people can worship. Arjuna was able to see all these 5 different forms. He was also able to see different avatars: Purusha Avatara, Leela Avatara, Guna Avatara, Manvantara Avatara, Yuga Avatara, Satyavesha Avatara. Purusha Avatara were Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. He could see them. In Leela Avatara, he could see those Leelas, those avatars where the Lord appeared as human, those avatars where he appeared as in a different form, in an animal form, and also he could see those avatars where the Lord appeared in the combination of both human and animals. So he saw those avatars as well: Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Hamsa, Hayagriva, Narasima, Vamana, and so forth. And Guna Avatara as Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Manvantara Avataras: Yajna, Vibhu, Satyasena, Hari, Vaikunta, Ajita, Vamana, Sarvabhauma. So these are all different Manvantara Avataras. Also he saw Yuga Avataras. In Satya Yuga the Lord incarnated in white color, in Treta Yuga in red, in Dwapara Yuga black, and in Kali Yuga yellow in color. And Satyavesha avatars like Kapila Muni, Rishabhadev, Narada, Pṛthā, Parasurama, Anantasesha, and so forth. The Lord also appears in 24 different forms, and they are named differently according to the position of the symbolic representations that they carry: the mace, the disc, the lotus flower, and conch shell. The form that carries on the lower right hand the club, upper right hand conch shell, upper left hand the disc, and lower left hand the lotus flower is called Vasudeva. The one who carries the mace on the lower right hand and conch shell on the upper right hand, and the lotus flower on the upper left hand, and the disc on the lower left hand is called Shankarshana. Likewise, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Vishnu, Madhusudhana, Trivikrama, Vamana, Sridhara, Rishikesha, Padmanabha, Dhamodhara, Purushottama, Achyuta, Narasimha, Janardhana, Hari, Krishna, Adokshaja, and Upendra. These are different forms by which they differ in the way that they carry the four articles Shankha, Chakra, Gadha and Padma. When it comes to Antaryami, that is the Lord who resides in the heart, He reveals Himself differently to different people. For yogis, He appears within the heart differently compared to the bhaktas, the way He appears for them. In the archa, in the deity form, there are so many variations by the posture, the way the Lord situated. There are deities in standing posture. There are deities in sitting posture. There are also in lying down posture. Also there are deities lifting the mountain, Govardhan posture. Also there are deities where playing the flute. So there are varieties of posture. The deities appear. And also deities with associates, with consort, without consort, with his associates, without his associates, with his brother Balarama, without his brother Balarama, with Sakhis, Ashtasakis, without Ashtasakis. There are Krishna's deities with Radha. There are deities with Rukmini and Satyabhama. There are deities with Mahalakshmi. There are deities with Neela Devi and Bhudevi. There are deities with his family members. So as we can see, we can categorize the deities based on the associates. Also the deities are some self-manifested. Some of them are invited by the devotees. The temples and deities varies by who established them, maybe by the sages, by the kings, or by the devatas. The deities and temple situated in north, south, east, west. Some of them are near the seashore. Some of them are situated in the heart of the city. Those which are in the flatlands, those which are on the top of the hills, those which are in the forest, and also deities in black color, white color, or multicolored, deities which are made of wood, metal, stone, painting. Also the deities differ by the way that they place their lotus hands. Hastam means hand. Varada hastam, Katiga hastam, Samhara hastam, Jnana hastam, Abhaya hastam, Hridaya hastam. When the Lord is pointing his hand towards his lotus feet, that is called Varada hastam. When the Lord places his hand near his hip, that is called Katiga hastam. And also the Lord is called by different names in different deities form. Shyama Sundara, Madana Mohana, Govinda, Gopinatha, Banki Bihari, Radha Ramana, Radha Vallabha, Ranganatha, and many, many, many more deities. Arjuna could also see the Lord in the form of forest, in the form of mountains, in the form of rivers, in the form of Shastra, in hundreds and thousands of different forms. In the next verse, Krishna is going to say, Arjuna, see, those whom I mentioned earlier in chapter 10 are also present. See my form with many aspects which proclaim that I am the Supreme God. Paśya me pārtha rūpāṇi śataśo sahasraśaḥ nānā-vidhāni divyāni nānā-varṇākṛtīni ca. Namaste. Hare Krishna.